Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Whiteboard Wednesdays with Vanna. And we're continuing with our GTC 23 announcements, reviewing those and how they apply to our market or into the different services. And one of the other ones that's come up is what we call colo, and that is basically short for colocation. So colocation is effectively a deployment model for your services and for your servers or infrastructure. So obviously you've got your public cloud, you've got your private cloud that you house in your data center. Colo is kind of like in between, right? So if you've got your own business and your data center is running over here inside your business, and then you've got the public cloud, something like Azure, right, that's the public cloud a bit. Now let's say you want something that's kind of in between. Well, that's where colo or colocation comes in. And effectively what this does is, you can obviously work like that, but effectively what we do is we typically have some form of connection between the public cloud and your colo location, and then obviously your private cloud area, and effectively you can then stand up your data or your infrastructure in there. So why is this important? Well, you might have the actual hardware, but you want to decide where you place that data, or for various different reasons why you would do this. But this is very, very good platform to work on. Now, specifically in South Africa, and specifically for the DGX platforms, or for the NVIDIA DGX platforms, 2 new data centers have been certified to host the A100 DGX, which is a significant machine. In terms of power and cooling requirements, you do need a pretty good data center location. So Terraco is one of them in terms of Johannesburg and Cape Town, and then ADC or Africa Data Center, they have a Cape Town location. So both of these locations are now effectively certified by NVIDIA to host DGX A100 platforms, and this really opens up some opportunities for South African based customers. Local Azure platforms, in terms of what's in country, still don't necessarily have the latest H100s or the A100s available at the local country level. Some of those regions that contain that level of tech is typically outside of the borders of South Africa. And obviously your data center might not necessarily be the right place to host a DGX A100, knowing that one of these boxes pulls 6.5 kilowatts of electricity and demands some serious cooling. So you might then look for an option where you can access your DGX A100 in a data center such as Terraco or ADC in those locations. And this really allows, or brings down the barrier of entry for a lot of organizations in actually hosting and running a DGX A100 platform locally within the South African borders. So in terms of colo, it is a definite deployment pattern for South African organizations utilizing these elements over here. Please feel free to contact Data Sciences Corporation around this. We obviously are providers of NVIDIA DGX A100, and we also partner with these data center partners in terms of co-location opportunities there. So we are able to facilitate this particular pattern for you guys. So really exciting stuff. Very happy that South Africa is on the board with this, and it shows some progress when it comes to NVIDIA and the way that they are looking at a global footprint and ways to enable customers no matter where they are. Thank you very much for joining us on another episode of Whiteboard Wednesdays with Vanna.